Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, we have multiple ways we can be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those that need instant gratification, and the show's Twitter feed is at SKiMPod, SKiMPod.
Stays Crunchy.
For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy again being spelled with a K.
Crunchy.
Hey, feel free to give us a call at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311.
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
We're available by Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, anywhere fine podcasts are available. And of course, it's the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share wherever possible, including on YouTube, where we can now be found at Stays Crunchy. And over on Twitch, we're still Stays Crunchy and Milk. Our personal Twitters are
Tatum 216,
Lunchbox 2099,
The Real ODP.
And I'm your host, the Internet's Tayrell 713.
Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy.
The underling of the sugar daddy is a sugar baby? Is that how that math's out?
Yeah, really interesting. You mentioned before, we were just got finished talking about sugar babies, and I think the most interesting thing about them are like you just pay them, you just give them money, and there's no contact. There's like websites and everything dedicated to being a sugar baby.
Well, first of all, sugar mamas were chocolate covered. I couldn't remember what made sugar mamas different than sugar daddies and sugar babies. So I had to go quickly look that up.
So sugar daddy was just caramel
on a stick. Yeah.
Sugar mamas was caramel covered stick.
Well, no, caramel on a stick, chocolate covered.
Okay.
And then sugar babies was just a little, bean size, bean shaped, I guess, treats.
I wonder what a sugar uncle would be. But just the stick. Anywho.
All right.
The sugar babies I heard of, I've heard this concept like a couple years ago. Like a friend of mine from high school had posted on it had to be Instagram because I'm not on like other. That's the only platform where I really know people on.
Yeah.
And she had posted that she wanted to sign up for a sugar baby site. I'm like, what is that? Then I looked into it. It's like, so you sign up for this site, like the old sugar daddies look at your pictures and stuff, and they decide like, hey, I'm gonna send her money, and that's it, and nothing else happens.
So I'm over here on the Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, sugar dating, also called sugaring, is a transactional dating practice, typically characterized by an older, wealthier person and a younger person in need of financial assistance in a mutually beneficial relationship. The term sugar is slang, but is also often used as a modifier to sweeten something and a euphemism for money. Payment can be received by way of money, gifts, support, or other material benefits in exchange for companionship or a dating-like relationship. The sugar dating is especially popular in the online dating community because of the easy access to specific niches and desires. With the rising cost of tuition, cuts to bursaries, and the increasing pressure of student debt, sugar dating is especially prevalent amongst students. Research suggests that if there's a growing phenomenon of female university students working in the sex industry to pay for their post-secondary education. Due to the nature and stigmatization of sex work in the marginalized and hidden population, there's a limited information for the percentage of students participating in these type of relationships. The websites used to negotiate sugar arrangements are technically dating sites, and what happens after the initial date, whether involving sexual or other activities, is between parties. Membership on one site in 2016 was $70 per month for sugar daddies, but free for sugar babies. Those students make
like that though. For most dating sites, like once your free trial hit, you gotta pay. The dudes gotta pay, and women don't gotta pay nothing.
The last time I used a dating site was 2013, 2020. It's been a minute, and it was OK Cupid, and it didn't cost anything back in the day. So,
Well, for like chat lines though, like the Raven and stuff like that. Like you could like once a month. See, and this was like before I had a cell phone. Like you call the chat line, and like they will all be like in the back of the scene and stuff. Like the different ones you can call. And like the dope ones, you got like an hour or 90-minute trial. The shitty ones, you got like 15 minutes or half an hour, and like you'll have to, chat the girl up, like make sure you make a on point description of yourself, you know, and like put in some words about, hey, I'm blank blank, I'm this tall, I'm this complexion, I look like this, and you gotta hit it on the nail because you only got a half an hour, and then if you're lucky, you meet somebody. If you're not lucky, they want you to pay that whatever monthly fee it is.
Could you imagine trying to date someone through the old videotape dating services?
Lowered expectations. I remember that for Saturday Night Live, but yeah, I don't like. I couldn't imagine doing that. I know like we're past that now, but it would have been doper now. Like you just recording a video like on a website or something like through your phone. It would be much easier now, but you got Tinder and everything else.
I wonder if like matchmaking services are still around, like the whole like set people up for like a lunch or a coffee or something like that.
I think so.
They certainly are. I forgot what podcast I was listening to was talking about how somebody had visited a matchmaker. Men go, women go. It's still a relatively big deal. Matchmaking sites, matchmaking.
Yeah, this lady. It was a show on one of those networks where it got a bunch of other bullshit shows. Where it's like she only it was like $1 Million Matchmaker, where she only set up rich people with other rich people because
Jesus.
Rich people are extremely short on time.
Look, matchmaking sites doesn't get you what you think. It just takes you to various, your eHarmonies, your Zeus.
Well, yeah, I think you want matchmaking service.
Matchmaking service. Thank you for that. That's a smarter service. Services near me.
Oh.
It's Just Lunch, Cleveland. Fix Me Up, professional dating service. Lunch Date.
Just Lunch. They used to advertise on the radio.
Michigan Introductions. Pittsburgh Single. Donald Daters. Dolce Vita Dating and Matchmaking Agency. A Belarus Bride. The Modern Matchmaker. Match Me Canada. Shanty in the City. Lions Elite Luxury Matchmaking. The Christian Single Hub. These are all businesses. Like these people have these places have phone numbers and directions to get to them. So, yeah, there you go. So there you go. That still does exist as a bit of a thing. The 3-Day Rule, an exclusive matchmaking company. I just looked at the title of this one.
Because that's where you're supposed to bang out is the third date, right?
I have no idea, man. I'm old, bro. Is that how that works?
I mean, according to TV.
Yeah, but back when I was younger, it used to be what was it? It's 3 months or something, like 3 weeks. I remember it's always 3 something. And I feel like as time is going along, it has gotten less and less. You feel me?
From TV, I remember like shows like Friends and crap like that. Like it's my third date. I'm shaving my legs. But I remember back in the day, like when shit, like in the early 2000s, where you meet a girl, it's like you got to wait 3 months. And I remember, shit, like oh man, I don't got time for this shit. But I have waited 3 months before. I'm not gonna lie about that. It sucked.
Oh my goodness.
That's how.
I mean, it's like it's 3 months till you get it, get it in. But I mean, the other things could happen before then, right?
I I'm not a big fan of handy, so no, not really.
Every time you say that, I'm just so disappointed, man. I'm a fan of handies. Just always have been. Love them. Love a good hand job.
I mean, but wasn't part of that because you read an article when you was younger though?
Lots of things are lots of my proclivities. Yes, came from me being too well read as a child.
I can imagine because I've seen pictures of you when you were younger, like you wearing like an apple hat and like like suspenders, and you got like a newspaper rolled under your arm. Like, stop putting more. And inside of that newspaper is your penthouse forum. Like, I imagine you reading it in the park, like. This is fascinating.
That's all it ever was to me, too. It was fascinating. I didn't have sex for a very long time, but I was fully aware and cognizant and knew what I had to do and so forth and so on. I did okay.
It just seemed like you beautiful minded first before you did it in real life.
It really was just that, man. Tell me, can you feel it? Man, nothing can save you. I believe that it's that season for getting your papers. Or haven't you heard about them birds? We call it that cheese. In Texas, we get it with ease. Hit our 10 if you please. But these polices, they think they sharp as creases. For no reason, man, they straight up stripping cars to pieces. Out of suspicion, or if they thinking you on a mission. Ain't no wishing or praying, they saying assume the position. Hands behind your head and down on your knees. You get the case and they get your weight and your G's. Man, come on. I used to ride them poured off the city streets with a chick with pretty feet and a box of Philly sweets. They tried to finish me up but couldn't get it done. So somebody told the law Big Bun was the one riding dirty. Man, somebody told the law Big Bun was the one riding dirty. Dun, 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 dun. Man, I really, really, really love that album. Riding Dirty, Diamonds Up Against That Wood, so forth and so on. R.I.P. Pimp C. Hello and welcome to it. It's Stage Krunchy and Milk episode 458, and we were just getting started at the 2009 Frankfurt Auto Show. I'm your host, the Internet's Table 713, joined as always by my best friends. It's Tatum, 216.
Yes. I'm black as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Goddamn right. And it's the big homie Lunchbox, 2099.
So this is me swallowing my pride, standing in front of you saying I'm sorry for that night. And I go back to December all the time. It turns out freedom ain't nothing but missing you. Wishing I'd realized what I had when you were mine. I go back to December, turn around and make it all right. I go back to December all the time.
That was lovely. What is that from?
That is Taylor Swift, Back to December.
Oh.
I wish I knew her work more. I'm trying to be better about not being a Taylor Swift hater. Not necessarily I want to be a lover, but I don't want to be a hater because it seems just worthless. And a lot of people just do it because for hating's sake, and I don't like that.
I like the older stuff. Not to say that she's not good at like the more like quote unquote poppy type music that came out later on, but I enjoy more of the like girl in a coffee shop with a guitar pouring her love life heart out type of music than her like, I can dance and that's what they don't see. Ooh.
I love that song.
It's the first thing that came to my head. Like I said, I don't hate that music, but like when it was her, it's like I'm drawn more to that guitar. Like I just came off American Idol and I'm pouring my heart out stuff, compared to like
American
now.
Idol?
And I don't think she didn't win.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah, she was on something.
What's that one your boy Ed McMahon hosted? Star Search.
Isn't that where she got her start? Wasn't that American Idol?
Nah, Taylor Swift like come from money, and she started as a country singer. Taylor Swift. What the wiki say?
I'm trying to find it.
Oh.
She's got a lot of stuff on here.
Yeah, bro. It's like the sixth thing now. Multiple song. She's She's from West Reading, Pennsylvania. Moved to Nashville at the age of 14 to pursue a career in country music. Signed a contract with Sony ATV Music Publishing in 2004 and a recording deal with Big Machine Records in 2005 and released her eponymous debut studio album in 2006. Swift explored country pop on on the albums Fearless and Speak Now. The success of the singles Love Story and You Belong With Me on both country and pop radio established her as a leading crossover artist. She experimented with rock and electronic genres on her fourth album, Red, supported by the singles We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together and I Knew You Were Trouble. Swift.
I'm probably confusing her with Carrie Underwood.
Yes.
Was she on American Idol?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I don't know that word. None of these people work. So
it was the whole thing. It was this like invasion of country pop. It all kind of happened around that time. And like, Carrie Underwood came off of Carrie Underwood won the 4th season of American Idol.
Quite.
And it was like that. And then like Taylor Swift was coming out big with like her country pop. And then like Kelly Clarkson was like kind of poppy around then, but she had like a little bit of a country look about her.
Yeah.
So it was that genre for that time.
I always found it interesting that let's see, Jennifer Hudson came in like 7th that year when she was on American Idol, and is now I believe is she an EGOT winner or she just got? I know she's
an EGOT.
Yeah. And then what was my man, the Velvet Teddy Bear, Ruben Studdard, and I feel like I always felt like that nigga, he won, but he ain't blow up. You know what I'm saying? So what's up with that? Why Ruben Studdard get played?
Because let's be honest, I'm Sorry for 2004 isn't that great. Like I like it, but like it's only okay.
Yeah, but I wonder what saying, if you got this machine behind you, maybe they could help you get better songwriters, better song written, and so forth. It's like, why did they give him the push that everybody else seemed to have gotten?
I don't think anybody else got a push like, okay, so like the winners are like household names, but like Kelly Clarkson, like she the first winner, right?
Yeah. Justin Guarini came in 2nd place. He now does Dr. Pepper commercials.
Yeah. Yeah, him.
Flying without wings.
Yeah, but like okay, so Fantasia won. But like I can't name like any like that one Adam dude. Like I can't really name like Lunch just named Carrie Underwood. Like I can't name anybody else that won, and like nobody else that really got no hits behind them.
Well, didn't Kelly Clarkson win?
Yeah, that's what I said. Like she's the first winner. Yeah. Like so initially, like she set the bitch off. So of course you know her. But then
because like I remember like there was the one group that there was a rockish type singer that won one year, and then he went on to form like a rock band.
That Daltrey dude.
Daltrey, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so season 1 was Kelly Clarkson.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2 was Ruben Studdard. Season 3 is Fantasia. 4 was Carrie Underwood. 6, for some reason, they don't have number 5 listed up here. Season 6 was Jordan Sparks.
Okay.
She had that like song with Chris Brown and everything that was hot.
Yeah, but she got a song with Chris Brown.
So here's an article that has 20 American Idol winners ranked.
Okay, go for it.
So number 20, Lee DeWise from 2010. Never heard of this motherfucker. Number 19. Get out of here, ad. Chase Beckham from 2021.
Okay.
CHYCE. That's Chase.
By right, that was 2021. Like that should be fresh in our fucking heads.
Yeah, never heard of him.
Not don't know that person at all. I'm sorry, right. I don't know that man.
Yeah, number 18 from 2019, Lane Hardy. Looks to be an Asian man. Never heard of him. Let's see, that was what? 18, number 17 from this year. Some gentleman named Noah Thompson.
Strong
Never heard.
name, but never heard of him.
Number 16 from 2015, Nick Fradiani.
Bro, you ain't named a goddamn name yet that I know. Do you know any of these names?
Not a single fucking clue.
All right, that makes you feel better.
Now, I do remember the next one.
Okay.
Couldn't name any of their work, but I remember him. And I remember who else was in the season. Number 15 from 2006, Taylor Hicks. And I remember
Yeah. He was like kind of had like gray hair, kind of older looking.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I remember from that season, Catherine McPhee, because I used to think she was hot.
Like she like hosts some shows now, right? TV stuff, right?
She did some acting and stuff. I don't know what she's up to these days, but
I understand what y'all saying because I heard of that Taylor Hicks thing, but I think the original question was, do we know any of their songs? Like
that's
that
what
Taylor
I
Hicks
said. But
thing.
like, I don't know anything he's saying. I just remember him. Like, I was just answering T's question that like I didn't know anybody we named before that, but at least I knew who he was just because of his hair. I can't name a single song he sings.
I could close my eyes and I remember him wearing like a suit jacket, a flannel, and jeans. Like the flannel was tucked into the jeans, and he looked like he was like 80 something, but he was only 20.
Yeah, it says, given the top 3 talent pool of season 5, which also included Catherine McPhee and Elliot Yamin, it's still a bit of a studying that the overwrought Alabamian prevailed. But the Soul Patrol proved a mighty engine, and Hicks successfully parlayed his win into a platinum-selling self-titled debut album in 2006, a Broadway stint, and a tour playing the Teen Angel in Greece, and a modest residency in Las Vegas.
Okay.
I mean, a residency in Las Vegas is what it is. To call it modest is disrespectful to that man. He got a Vegas residency. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. This article is recent too. It's from like May of this year. So
I mean, yeah, you had somebody from this year on the list. So
yeah,
which seems like kind of a gimme that they just like threw that one in just to be like, see, we're still hip. We're watching American Idol on whatever network it comes on now.
I imagine it's still the same, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I know.
Go ahead.
I know the host now is like Lionel Richie and Kate Beckinsale. No, Katy Perry. Katy Perry.
Mm. So number 14 from 2009, some gentleman named Chris Allen. Never heard of him. Number 13 from 2016, a fellow by the name of Trent Harmon. Says
that's a nice sounding name.
Yeah. Finding minor success on the country charts with singles Falling and There's a Girl. Okay. So number 12 from 2020 appears to be a lady named Just Sam. A former subway busker, New York-bred Samantha Diaz stormed the virtual Idol stage with her unfiltered persona and pure singing talent. Her pandemic season performance of Kelly Clarkson's Stronger, as well as a stunning duet with Lauren Daigle on You Say, solidified her deserved victory. The realities of the record business derailed her post-show album release, but she still recently independently released songs Africando and Change.
Oh my gosh, Lauren the Bagel Daigle, man! I used to listen to this show called Good Christian Fun. They always talk grease about Lauren Daigle, who I guess is a Christian pop singer, because she was just out there on the stroll during the pandemic and would be trying to pretend like she wouldn't. And everybody's like, there she is right there on the stroll. And so they had such fits about it. Wow.
When you say on the stroll, you mean fucking?
No, just like out there on the streets, you know what I'm saying, swearing that she wouldn't, even though like it's video of her doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and this was like, you know, kind of early pandemic, that motherfuckers where people was like, hey, bro, you can't be doing that. But of course, you know, Christian people was like, my God, will keep me safe from the Rona.
So, number 11, 2014, a fellow by the name of Caleb Johnson. Johnson was the typically staid competition's close answer to Whitesnake and AC/DC, with swallowing vocals and head-banging dynamism.
Like King Diamond?
That have made with the legacy rock crowd in the years since his victory, touring with Meatloaf's Neverland Express and the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Oh.
Right on. It's no Trans-Euro Express, but it'll do.
Number 10, 2012, Philip Phillips. Let's see here. His coronation song, The Dave Matthew Band-esque Home, is the best-selling single in the show's history, with more than 5 million sold. A spat of other hits, Raging Fire and Gone, Gone, Gone. I think I know Gone, Gone, Gone. Preserved his momentum, and last month Phillips returned to the Idol stage for his 10th anniversary to play his new release, Love Like That. I do know Gone, Gone, Gone. So this is the first person that we've come down that I actually know one of their songs, and it's on my Spotify playlist.
Yeah, that makes sense because he in a, what's that? That's the top 10, right?
That's number 10, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So number 9, 2018. Man, they've been doing a lot of fucking idols, it seems like. I feel like I've read off everything from like the last like 6 years.
I think did they do it like wasn't that one of them shows where they do like 2 in one regular TV series? Like they do one in the fall, they do one in the spring. So maybe they can that's how they can get so many done.
Maybe. Because then it's gotta be like easy, like as far as like you don't have a script or nothing. You just like you have a format, they come do their thing and then you judge it, you know, like aside from production quality and stuff, there's not a lot of like you basically cutting out the writing process probably frees you up to do a lot of them.
And if I remember correctly from like watching like maybe the first 2 seasons, that shit was like 3 times a week. It wasn't like it was just once a week either.
Yeah.
Well, they would do like the performance show, and then they would do like the voting show.
Yeah.
All right, so number 9 from 2018, Maddie Pape. Let's see.
Maddie Pape.
She got a real small paragraph. Number 8 from 2011, Scotty McCreery.
I heard it.
That one seems familiar sounding.
I'll read his thing. The resident male country star to graduate from the Idol laboratory, like season 6 winner Jordan Sparks at only 17, the North Carolina native with a molasses-hued voice that belies his unassuming demeanor remains a prominent chart presence a decade after his season 10 win. 5 more minutes, This Is It, and In Between are among his recent country chart toppers, while Same Truck, his 5th studio album released last year, spawned the George Strait tribute tune Damn Straight.
Who wrote this article?
This is USA Today.
No, who's the author?
All right, hold on. It is Melissa Ruggieri and Patrick.
That molasses toned voice, whatever the line you just read to me. That's a well-written bar right there. You know what I'm saying? I had to give her some respect.
A North Carolina native with a molasses-hued voice.
Yeah, that's a bar.
Eyes his unassuming demeanor.
Like that is really well written. So I got to give it up to her.
All right, number 7 from 2013, Candace Glover. While she was covering Ben E. King, Aretha Franklin, and The Cure, the Beaufort, South Carolina native brought unmatched vulnerability and powerhouse vocals to every single performance. Her recording career post-Idol 2 is filled with stirring ballads that have sadly been ignored by radio.
Huh.
All right, number 6. Now, this is a name I do recognize. From 2008, David Cook.
Yes, I remember that name, but I don't remember nothing else.
Yeah, let's see here. With his pleasantly raspy voice and a knack for melody and unearthing lesser-known versions of hits to cover on the show, e.g. Whitesnake's Day Tripper, Chris Cornell's Billie Jean, the season 7 winner over angelic David Archuleta skyrocketed to success. His victory song, the inspirational pop rock anthem The Time of My Life, and its follow-up Light On, each sold more than 1 million copies and showcased his musical worldview. In 2021, Cook's music delved into his struggle with anxiety and the independently released EP The Looking Glass. So it seems like he's on his own now, too. Number 5, 2003, Ruben Studdard. We are
Number 5. They think he's number 5.
Yeah. Starred smooth, velvety vocals were the perfect complement to runner-up Clay Aiken's earnest pop theatrics, with standout performances of Stevie Wonder and Dionne Warwick's classics, and a respectable career as a gospel R&B hitmaker in the years to follow. I looked him up, his Wikipedia, before I found this article.
Yeah.
He's had some albums, like he had like a cover album come out in 2018. It looks like his major problem is he hops labels every couple years.
Well, it's all you can do. You go where they paying, I guess, right?
Yeah, like he does like one album, it seems, is on a label for a couple of years, and then he hops to another label. So number 4, Jordan Sparks, 2007. The show's youngest winner at 17 by 2 months compared to McCreary. The sweet-smiling Sparks found immediate success a few months after her victory with a pair of Billboard Top 10 hits, Tattoo and No Air, both bangers. Her duet with a pre-scandal Chris Brown. Broadway, In the Heights, and film Sparkle expanded Sparks' reach, but in recent years she's concentrated more on motherhood with a few career moves, the 2020 holiday album Cider and Hennessy, her 2021 participation in The Masked Dancer sprinkled in. So it seems like she kind of took herself out of the game.
Yeah.
I think she's geared like more towards like hosting and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, which, you know. And then I seen her doing a TikTok booty video the other day. I don't know where that came from.
Well.
So number 3 from 2004, Fantasia Barrino.
Nah, I definitely seen her TikTok booty videos.
Shit.
She got number 3. She's got like a tiny paragraph. Barrino's sultry, soulful rendition of George Gershwin's "Summertime" might be the all-time greatest performance to ever hit the Idol stage. The R&B artist's elastic vocals and deep well of emotion will continue to serve her well as she reprises her role as Celie from the Broadway musical The Color Purple for next year's star-studded movie adaptation.
Oh,
I do.
Are they gonna do a musical? They have a musical Color Purple that they're now going to bring to film.
Yeah, she's been doing it on Broadway for years.
Wow, that's a wow.
In my opinion, I think she's like the second most successful person because I know more of her songs. Like I know at least 3 of her songs. Like, and like she's like been still working.
Was she the one they couldn't read?
Yes.
Correct.
Oh yeah, she had her own movie too. Thanks, Lunch. She had her own Lifetime movie.
And she played herself in.
Yes. So she might be. I mean, Kelly Clarkson is the most successful one, but she got to be number 2, like 1.5 almost.
Well, number 2 is Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood ain't got her own VH1 movie.
Carrie Underwood took over as the songstress for the NFL. So, Carrie Underwood, it feels like 100 lifetimes ago that a poofy-haired Underwood blasted us off our couches with her rendition of Hearts Alone during her season 4 run to the top. And remember her small-town country girl proclamation that she'd never been on an airplane prior to her Idol audition. 6 massive headlining tours and an aerial-filled Las Vegas residency, a lot of leg bronzer, and 65 million plus album sales later, she's the top-selling artist in the Idol franchise. Underwood has earned a few frequent flyer rewards. Oh man, I didn't notice until just now that you know how I said 2 people wrote this article?
Yeah.
They took turns writing the profiles. So this one was by Ruggieri that wrote that for Underwood.
Okay.
But yeah, Carrie Underwood, I forget who did the Sunday Night Football song. I think it was Shania Twain, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But she retired from it a few years back, and Carrie Underwood took over a couple of seasons. Oh no, I think it was Faith Hill. Faith Hill. Yeah, it was Faith Hill. So she took over for Faith Hill doing the Sunday Night Football. Like, I've been waiting all day for Sunday night, and she sings like the team names and shit. So she took that role over a couple years ago. But number 1, to no surprise.
Oh.
What?
No, sorry, I was just looking at some of Fantasia's music real quick. I still sing "When I See You" to myself. I
So, yeah, number one,
Go
2002, Kelly
ahead and
Clarkson.
free yourself.
There's a reason Clarkson goes viral every other week with her adventurous and breathtaking Kelly Yoki covers on the daytime talk show, The Kelly Clarkson Show. The Texas native is so effortlessly charming and in control of her instrument, with an outsized personality, an even larger voice that bring all the ferocity and drama you want from a top 40 hit, of which she has nearly 24. Frankly, our lives would suck without Clarkson, who is the brightest idol star and has the brightest star idol has and will likely ever produce.
I'm gonna tell you, she was number one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you why that list is bullshit right now. Where's Clay Aiken at?
he didn't win.
He was, he didn't really do much music wise.
Yeah, this is all winners.
Plus he came in second, and he like basically went like politics.
But he had a banger. If I was invisible.
Yeah,
True.
Didn't he do Broadway?
He did, and then like I said, then he went into politics. He's like was running for like Congress or some shit.
Yeah, and then this, and then that one Adam dude, he took over for NXS. So I know about that.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of like successful like runner up and people who like didn't finish it like late in the show. But yeah, like this list that I read was just strictly winners. So like yeah, Clay Aiken had that song and like that song was all right, and I know he did stuff after. And then like yeah, Daughtry would have been on the list, because that band was popular. The one what was it, David Archuleta or whatever? Like he's way more popular, I think, than the guy that won that season. They said like I forget who it was, but like yeah, I think David Archuleta is like gone on to do a bunch of shit, right?
I don't know.
Or no, and then like this season right here, 2009, Adam Lambert. I know all kinds of shit that Adam Lambert's done.
Yeah. And that one dude, Stephen Hung, he didn't win nothing. He got a deal. She bangs. Oh,
Everything. So that right there is the reason that American Idol, is just some bullshit. Because they just basically brought him on to be like, yeah, let's make fun of this guy. Because they go through like with a fine tooth comb and pull people who can actually do shit, and then they of course pull people who can't do shit and be like, hey, look at this knucklehead trying to get on American Idol who can't sing. It's like, bro,
that's the whole first 2 weeks.
Like, don't bother with that. You can skip that part. We can just get to singing.
And if the list was expanded to include like people who didn't win, like Jennifer Hudson would probably be at least like top 3 tops.
Again, EGOT, like I said, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony,
yeah,
for sure.
I meant top 3 minimum. It sounded bad the way I said it.
No, I don't think that at all. But I'm just saying, yeah, for sure. She would probably, I would think, if like you said, if they expanded it, then that is your number one. I mean, yeah, Carrie Underwood is the top selling, but I mean, your top artist at that point is Jennifer fucking Hudson. You know what I'm saying? By a lot.
And the pants on the ground, dude.
Here's like a different list, and I don't know like how accurate this one is, but this is based on the amount of money that people from American Idol have earned. So this isn't just winners. This is like everybody. So I'm just gonna go to the top. I'll go to the top 10. I'm not, because it goes down to like into the 30s. Or I'll go top 15.
Okay.
Give me top 5. We've been doing this for a while.
Well, no, we gotta at least do the top 10.
Well, I can tell you this: Ruben Studdard comes in at 15, and Clay Aiken's number 12.
Okay.
There you go. So they're top 5.
Number 5, Catherine McPhee at 14 million. Number 4, Jennifer Hudson. Well, this number 4 and number 3 should be tied because they both have the same number. So number 4 and number 3. They have number 4 is Jennifer Hudson at 30 million, and they have Adam Lambert at 30 million at number 3. But they should be, they're the same.
Yeah. Number
2, Kelly Clarkson at 45 million. Number 1, Carrie Underwood at 140 million.
There it is. That's if we talking dough, that's what it is.
What number's Fantasia?
Let me look.
45. No disrespect.
23.
23. Respectable.
1 million.
Of a list of how many? In total.
34. Yeah, the list goes to number 34.
Sheesh.
William Hung's on here at number 32 with 600,000.
Oof, good
Justin
Lord.
Guarini, number 29, 700,000. And I see Justin Guarini all the time because he's the little sweet character from the Dr.
Yeah,
Pepper commercials.
yeah. I said that earlier, and that's how I know that list is some horse shit because commercials pay well, and repeat commercials where it just keeps going like that, where you become like basically the flow of Dr. Pepper. He is well paid. It's just
he's been doing that for almost a decade now.
Yeah, so his dough is straight.
Yeah, I didn't even realize at first that was him because I'm so used to like the curly, fro-looking smiley dude from 2002 that to see like the flamboyant, like hair down character from Dr. Pepper, I'm like, that's the same guy.
Yeah, like I think it had to come out later on. He had been doing it for a while. And then like it was like on Entertainment Tonight or some crap like that. I love that that little Prince impressionist.
Oh my goodness. Well, as always, we are remote. So when we do a remote, we do it a specific way. And I got a couple of news tales for you. We got some ham and ass. So it's gonna be great. We're gonna have a great time. First news story. Box sent this to us earlier, and I had to go find a version that I could actually read on the show that wasn't locked behind a paywall, and I did successfully. The FBI searched Trump's home in part to look for nuclear documents, a source says. If you didn't know, former President Donald Trump's crib got raided by the FBI the other day, and Republicans are having a fit about that. Hey man, what's your Mr. Independent voter? What did he say about Trump's house getting raided?
We didn't talk about it.
Fair enough. So I figured something might have come up in the group. This is Delvin Barrett, Josh Dawsey, Perry Stein, and Shane Harris of the Washington Post who did the reporting on this. I'm only getting this story, of course, from the Detroit News, who didn't paywall it, unlike the Washington Post. Classified documents related to nuclear weapons were among the items FBI agents sought in a search of former President Donald Trump's Florida residence Monday, according to people familiar with the investigation. Experts in classified information said the unusual search underscores the deep concern among government officials about the types of information that they thought could be located at Mar-a-Lago, the Palm Beach club where Trump lives, and in danger of falling into the wrong hands. The people who described some of the material that agents were seeking spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss an ongoing investigation. They did not offer additional details about what type of information the agents were seeking, including whether it involved weapons belonging to the United States or to some other nation. Nor did they say if such documents were recovered as a part of the search. A Trump spokesman did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The Justice Department and FBI declined to comment. Attorney General Merrick Garland said he could not discuss the investigation on Thursday, but in an unusual public statement at the Justice Department, he announced he had personally authorized the decision to conduct the court-ordered search. Garland spoke moments after Justice Department's lawyers filed a motion seeking to unseal the search warrant in the case, noted that Trump had publicly revealed the search shortly after it happened. The public's clear and powerful interest in understanding what occurred under these circumstances weighs heavily in favor of unsealing the motion. That said, the former president should have an opportunity to respond to this motion and lodge objections, including with regards to any legitimate privacy. I don't know why I just got real British on you. Sorry. Privacy interests or the potential for other injury if these materials are made public. I'm not going to give you more than that. Basically, I saw it earlier in the day. Somebody was like, the GOP. Like, it was like, imagine if you will, like this written out in meme style on Twitter. GOP. Unseal the warrant then. And then Justice Department. Okay, bet. And then the GOP, wait a minute, no, I didn't say that. So I had to chuckle at how this is all rolling, because all of a sudden you had these people who constantly say back the blue, all of a sudden saying defund the FBI. And boy, is that a good time for your mans. I've been laughing all week long at this shit. Look, man, who knows what'll come of it, because I'm saying, but I'm not gonna lie to you, the Justice Department has a they got a pretty good win-loss record. I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how this plays out.
I saw like the update to the whole Trump thing from like an hour and a half ago. The highly classified documents Trump stole from the White House included information about nuclear weapons.
Yeah, I just read that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, when I read that, I was just like, I better keep that to myself because I don't want to have any discussions with anybody that I don't want to talk about with. Like, I was eating dinner and I saw it. Like, I had like the spoon in my hand. I looked down. I read the tweet that my buddy sent to the group chat, and I was like, let me close that and not breathe a word of that out loud.
Man, I can't call it. I'm not gonna say we. I will put this square on my shoulders. I and people who probably think like I do have always thought that dude was scummy and was gonna do scummy shit. But to go so far as to be basically stealing classified information and in theory having it to sell. That's what everybody's concern is that he was going to go hustle this to basically the highest bidder because my man is always out there trying to keep them pockets. Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see where this all heads and goes. This paired with that Alex Jones shit from last week, man. Again, we'll see. Again, now what happened with this Cincinnati FBI situation? I didn't see any more about that one.
Oh, he got killed, and then they uncovered that he was in the January 6th riots.
Oh, shit. Cincinnati. I didn't actually want to read that story, but again, that's an Ohio story. FBI situation. So I guess I should find a story about that. Let's see what the New York Times has to say about this. Police killed gunmen who tried to breach Cincinnati FBI offices, officials say. Wilmington, Ohio, after an hours-long standoff that closed an interstate and disrupted rural life. Law enforcement officers shot and killed a man who they said tried to break into the FBI Cincinnati office on Thursday. See, I thought he got in that. I thought he was in there like taking hostage and shit. He tried to break in and then left. Is that what occurred? Is that what we are getting out of this?
I don't know exactly what he did because the thing is, like, I saw that some shit was going down and I was like, oh, I'm not surprised. And then I clicked off of it and I went about my day.
we are.
I'm being honest. Like, I pretty much do this with a lot of stuff now. Because I don't want social media to consume me anymore.
Okay.
And so rather than getting worked up, either like irritated about something or like feeling like I have to like own the sorrow of everyone in the world, I read what it says and I go, oh man, that sucks. And then like, I don't try to go deeper per se. Like, and I'm not trying to get like grabbed by headlines,
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of get like a gist of what's happening. And then I put it away in the recesses of my mind and I go, man, the world sucks sometimes. And
so what I've been in my me trying to be better about my social media situation is I've been trying to not just read the headline, but actually read the story a little bit. So I'm not sitting there just like, oh, that shit must have went down. Like, because as of late, a lot of times I've been seeing people like the other day, TMZ put up an article about this virus that's in China right now. And had you read the headline, you would think, oh shit, it's Corona Part 2. But when you read the article, you're like, oh, this is a disorder. I mean, this is a disease that currently has affected 35 people. No one has died from it. Its symptoms are just basically a standard cold-like symptoms, you know what I'm saying, and so forth and so on. But you would never know it if you by their headline. Their headline was so overly dramatic that I felt like they were. I felt like they were just this side of clickbait type article, and so I've been trying to be better about if I come across a headline that makes me go, really? I try to be a little better about delving into it some more, as opposed to just taking the headline at face value. So that's basically been, I'm with you. I've been trying to be a little better about how I interact with social media in general.
Yeah, I don't. Only time I read any articles like that is like when y'all send it to me. I don't. If it ain't, what's crazy is like the kind of shit I get is like, oh, guess who got a new hamburger? I don't know what kind of news y'all be fucking following.
It's not that I find a lot of it, but you know what I'm saying, stuff comes across the board here, and I'm like,
I understand. Because
Yeah.
like, guess what Kim Kardashian wore to the movie? I mean, to the grocery store today. I'm like, I don't even like look at Kim Kardashian news, but that's the kind of bullshit I be getting like in my Google News feed.
I
Like,
took I took a screenshot of a Kim Kardashian article the other day. I was going to send to y'all, and I was like, I don't know what we're going to do with this because it was basically like Kim supporting Pete Davidson because he went to seek therapy because he was worried about Kanye's fans threatening to kill him. And I'm like, I don't know if that's one. I have no idea if it's true or not. Two, who's the sources of these things? You know what I'm saying? Who have you sources out to, and so forth and so on. So I just, like I said, I've been trying to be better about my facts when it comes to articles lately, man. So
like, I don't know. I mean, I know like all this shit is connected, so I know like maybe if I seen I paused on my For You page on TikTok, and it was talking about like I got this lady had like a chart, and she was like, I can tell you why I know that Kim Kardashian has an augmented breast, and I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I listened to what she had to say for about 5 seconds. I was like, I don't care about this. What am I doing?
I've gotten very good about just blocking things on TikTok, like not just like swiping off of it. I mean, straight up going in and be like, nah, you got to get full ass blocked so they are aware, their algorithm is aware that I don't fuck with none of this. Don't be sending me down no rabbit holes.
Yeah, I don't. I miss like sending lunch stuff on there, but other than that, it's like, I mean, I'm
Sorry,
there for a
Daddy.
good time, not a long time.
Hey,
And like that one thing you sent me the other day with that lady, oh my god, I love that lady's videos.
that cooking lady, she's
Yeah.
very funny, or a cooking commentator, I guess is how we would describe it.
Yes.
I assume you're talking about the black lady who trashes the cooking videos that Anthony's been putting in his Instagram stories.
Never
Yeah.
trashes, always just speaks in a real even-handed tone. It's like, oh, so you're gonna put
Oh,
cheese in that? Okay,
yeah.
oh, just
So
pour
you ain't
milk
gonna
in
wash
there.
your hands. You just gonna roll that big ball of meat on your countertop. It is so funny. It's like, oh, so you ain't gonna even let that cook, huh?
Oh my god, that one with that burger that just came out. That burger was, oh my goodness gracious, that
Man,
shit was just like,
you just
I
want
get
to
it,
add more cheese. Oh my
I,
god,
I
those are
get
so
it,
good.
I get it. Some people like a rare burger, but that shit right there was,
I like medium rare.
it might as well have been tartar.
I'm good with medium on burgers though. Like burgers, I'm okay going a little higher. But if you go like anything higher than medium on a steak, like I just feel like you're ruining it.
You are a steak aficionado if ever there were one. And so I can appreciate your feelings on the situation. Plus, I know you. I'm saying I know you're learning about that. Makes sense to me. But that burger that they cooked on that damn TikTok video, bruh, to say it was cooked is just is no.
And they be just doing some crazy shit, like with the one where the lady like got like a woven bacon, and
Yeah,
then it was like burger and cheese.
that's what I'm talking about. That's the one.
Like
That, like I
that shit was
said,
probably still cold in the middle. Like
yeah, bruh.
that bacon was still straight up loose and kind of white.
The bacon looked white. The burger meat was like I said, just pank, pank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit looked crazy. And then
Oh,
like the one I just seen a few minutes ago, she took a big ass ball of macaroni and cheese, then wrapped it in like a rolled out Velveeta, then rolled it into beef, then put biscuits on top of it. They always put biscuits on something.
and then the bacon lettuce, right? And then like they tore the biscuits up. This is, oh my god, everything about that shit, bro. Oh my god.
That should be looking real bad. Oh man, I love those videos. Oh,
Oh my
oh
gosh.
my gosh. Oh, man,
All right.
I don't even know. Like, I don't even know how she just got a big ass bun of macaroni like that.
It's like, what happened? Like, how did you do this? That's how that videos all been going lately. Like what
Oh
is going
man.
on here, man? All right, last news story. This not just, I think is interesting. And so that's just why only reason I'm sharing it with y'all. Also, it counts as my Ohio story for the week. In the 6-1 decision, Ohio Supreme Court approves Icebreaker wind project in Lake Erie. This is Laura Hancock over at Cleveland.com. Columbus, Ohio. The Ohio Supreme Court ruled Wednesday that a state permit to construct the first freshwater offshore wind turbine facility in North America was appropriately granted for the Icebreaker project in Lake Erie. The Icebreaker project proposes to build 6 turbines 8 to 10 miles off the coast of Lake Erie near Cleveland. The demonstration project would generate 20.7 megawatts of electricity with the potential to expand if successful. At issue before the court was whether Ohio Power Sitting Board followed the law in granting the permit. Ohio Justice Jennifer Bruner wrote the majority opinion. Chief Justice Maureen O'Connor and Justice Patrick F. Fisher R. Patrick DeWine, is that his name? Yeah. Michael P. Donnelly and Melody Stewart joined her opinion. Justice Sharon Kennedy dissented. Brunner, a Democrat, and Kennedy, a Republican, are running for the Ohio Supreme Court Chief Justice in November's election. O'Connor's retiring due to age limits in the judiciary. With Ohio Supreme Court approval, the Lake Erie Energy Development Corp., which is called LeadCo and is developing the project, has additional security to market the power to potential customers. The company said in a statement Wednesday, shortly after the Supreme Court decision was released, a third of the power is under contract with the city of Cleveland in Cuyahoga County. LeadCo can now focus on marketing the remaining 2/3. But I just thought it's dope. We're gonna get some of those the windmills offshore of Lake Erie, and like they've been talking about for a long time, and for possibly doing it. And I think it's pretty cool that we're actually going to have that renewable energy. People, renewable resources is always going to be the get down with the get down, and I'm always down for this state doing things better. It be Ohio, man. Sometimes I just don't know what to do with it, you know. So, but
they say like even though I'm starting not to believe it this thing, but they always say Northeastern Ohio is different than the rest of Ohio.
It is by a bit, but then it's like I don't know, man. This I don't know. I ain't even trying to delve into it. Go vote. That's all they're gonna say. I'll be done with that.
I know, like last week when we were talking about voting, like when we went out to vote, it was only one thing you could actually vote for because the other 3 people didn't have anybody opposing them.
Yeah.
So, but I digress.
Yeah, it's wild out there. But I tossed the rock to you, man. You got something for us this week?
Sure. I got a lot of stuff going on. So, we went to Cedar Point I've been to Cedar Point before. But we went to Cedar Point for the first time as a family. Like this is the first time the boys got to go.
Oh, nice.
And unfortunately, so we get there. This is for my partner's I guess her company. Usually they'll have like an actual picnic there. And you go to the back and you eat a burger and a hot dog and some grilled chicken. But they was like, nah. They just gave you coupons where you can go eat different stuff at. So the first thing we were supposed to do, even before, like the plan was, you go to Cedar Point, and then we go to Fazoli's and get just some breadsticks. But I gotta cut the story short and say we didn't get the Fazoli's.
Damn, man, what happened?
We was just at Cedar Point too long. It started raining like at like 3:30 or something, like 3:45, and it was like the rain wasn't gonna stop until 5:15. But the rain stopped around like 4:45, and it was still hot enough that the fucking seats and shit dried up. But I tell you, boy, when we first got there, I thought I was gonna fucking die. It was so hot out there, and it was just like uncomfortable blanket over your face hot. It just didn't feel good. I was just like,
no bueno.
I want to go home. But we got through it. the week before we went to Columbus, and we at Columbus Zoo they actually have like a couple rides and stuff there. You got to buy tickets, but it's this it looks like a Norwegian boat, like with the horses on the head on the thing.
Go on.
We got on that ride. It's like the boat just goes back and forth, goes high, boom, 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 and then
Oh, the one that just like swings.
yeah, I
Hold
think
on.
They had a version of that at Jog Lake back in the day, but it was a flying carpet.
I rode one of those once at the IX Indoor Amusement Park, and I promise you, it was the first and last time I rode a ride like that because I truly thought that day I was going to die. Because slowly but surely, I was sliding and sliding. That's like further and further out, and I was like, I'm about to fall out this motherfucking big ass, like ship. Theirs, I believe, was Egyptian themed,
okay.
and I was like, I'm about to die at the fucking IX Indoor Amusement Park. I'm about to fall out this goddamn ride to my death. Me and heights already not it was awful. So
Let's go outside. We'll have a ride. So we got on that ride, and I swear, I don't really question myself as a parent often, but this day I definitely did. I definitely felt like I shouldn't have let them get on that ride because they were both scared as fuck. They both didn't look. They were like, I think Anthony might have cried, but after they got off, they're like, "That was so much fun." I was like, "Okay." So we get to see the point, and that was the first thing we got on this time again. And they handled it way better. Emery doesn't like heights very much. Like some stuff he'll get on, some stuff he won't. Like I said, I've been to Cedar Point like only a few times in my life. Like I was a Geauga Lake guy, and it was the first time like being there. Like we got on mostly kiddie rides. Like I've been on all the big roller coasters when I went before, but this was all about like I guess the little rides, I guess like the Rock and Roll Express. You just go around fast, and like it seemed like all the kid rides was just repeats of themselves. It's like, oh, you can get on this individual train. Hey, you can get on this individual rocket ship. Hey, you can get on this bus in a circle. It was just a bunch of the same thing with different vehicles, and like it was one a Snoopy ride where it's like the kite that gets stuck in the tree. It goes up all the way up and it goes down. On the other side of Cedar Point, oh, you get on the school bus. You go all the way up, you go all the way down. Same exact ride, just a different vehicle. But
what was Snoopy's vehicle? Was it like a doghouse?
well, the one Snoopy there, it was like the Red Baron. Like you get in it was a bunch of different fighter pilots, and you go up in the air. Oh yeah, you go up in the air and you can control the plane going up and down with the handle of the airplane. It was just mostly stuff like that.
Kind of bummed that like as adults we don't have Jog Lake. Like I wish I could have experienced it as like a teen and as an adult.
Yeah. That's why, like, when I went this time, like, especially, like, we've been talking for the last few months about, like, them squash pennies. Mm-hmm. Like, no matter where I go, I try to get one. But then, the motherfuckers was $3 at Cedar Point. I'm like, that is price gouging. This motherfucker, like, when I pay $1 somewhere, I'm like, okay, it's $1. Yeah. I get that. Usually, it's 50 cents or 51 cents because you get the penny. But friggin' $3, I was just like, that's out of hand. But I got a few homage t-shirts that were Cedar Point themed. Pretty much everywhere we go, man, laughing at her really fucked up my sinuses and shit. Like everywhere we go, we do like at least get the boys something. Like we got this at Cedar Point, but I tell you what, Anthony fucking loved going to Cedar Point. Like he's still been talking about it. The only trip he probably talked about more is when we went to Chicago, and that's because we had quote unquote special pizza there. And but he's been talking about like ever since, like I want to go back on this, I'm gonna go back on that. So it's something to look forward to. I think we had a pretty good time. Like I don't know, maybe I need to buy one of those fucking spray fans that shoot out some mist or something like that on me, because when I first got there, I really thought I was gonna pass out.
You want them personal air conditioners you put around your neck?
Actually, I have one of those. Like I meant to give it to Gabe before he went on his trip. It's like this little. It's kind of shaped like this, and you put like ice disc in it, and you turn it on, and it blows out cold air. Maybe I need to bring something like that, but shit, I really don't plan on going when it's hot as fuck again. But we had a good time. We had some funnel cakes. We had some bad pizza. We had some chicken fingers. They got like a chicken finger shack there now. It was pretty good.
Hey, I dig it. If you like it, I fucking love it, my dude. Oh
I
my
never
goodness!
said I liked it, but you know,
you ain't say you hated it either.
Yeah, I had a good time. I knew this time when we went, it wasn't going to be about like, oh, I need to go on the demon drop. It was more like we got some kids that are getting older, and now they can officially enjoy it with us. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to get on nothing like I really, really wanted to get on, or nothing like that. But I see, Spud was a bit of a thrill seeker, and he had a good time.
I just think it's dope. Also, it's just like it's fun to watch your continued growth as a little family. Is, you know what I'm saying? Like you was talking about how you can't wait to show them RoboCop. You know what I'm saying? It's like you ain't there yet, but now you're at the part where like, okay, we can rise and rise together. Let's do that.
It's funny. Like I know they would probably enjoy it. Like if I could get away with it, I'd definitely watch RoboCop with them.
You gotta find a TV edit.
Yeah, I wonder. I do got the director's cut.
Oh, sweet. There you go. You can watch him get shot in the dick a bunch. Tell me if that actually was a thing.
And then they got the theatrical cut. Because I know on the special edition of a Scarface, they don't show the whole thing, but they got like a special thing where they show like the clean version of Scarface, where they instead of saying fuck all the different things they say.
This city's one big orange waiting to get sucked. This city's one big chicken waiting to get plucked.
I remember that.
What's another one? There's several of those that are just like, it is a delight to know.
What was the name of that lady on Up All Night? Rhonda what?
USA.
Up All Night. Rhonda what? I don't know. Why? Tell me more.
I don't know. I just remember like they just beat a couple times where like she flashed the camera, and I'm like, man, why they do that to us? But of course they had them blurred out. But
Rhonda Shear.
Yeah, that was her name.
What's Rhonda Shear up to here in the year of our Lord 2022?
I don't know. Hope she's still making it out there.
She's 67 years old.
Damn.
Let's see. Her last Wikipedia television entry was the Pete Austin Noto Show, 9 episodes, 2013. She was says correspondent on the Home Shopping Network from 2003 to present, but who knows the last time this was updated. Her last movie was You Were All Going to Die in 2013. So it seems like she may have semi-retired around the time she hit 60.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I used to watch that USA Up All Night stuff back in the day. It's like I remember they would show like Problem Child all the time and shit like that.
Yeah. Did you used to watch Duckman?
Yep, I used to watch Duckman. It was kind of like confusing to me as a kid, not understanding all the inside jokes and stuff. But yeah, I used to watch that all the time.
But you know what them big duck boobs meant.
Man, Gilbert Gottfried did that for 9 years. 10 seasons, 900 plus episodes.
Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried was a beast, man. Rest in paradise.
Originally, the show aired at 11 p.m. on Saturdays and featured 2 movies with in-studio or on-location comedy skits in between, which were then followed by a repeat of the first movie. When the Friday night edition was added in mid-1989, the format now consisted of 3 different movies, with the third one being unhosted. The bumpers for the third movie were simply narrated by the host, depending on the edition. Some episodes did not have a third movie. The Friday show originally began at midnight and ran until 6 a.m. In July 1991, it was changed to the same time as the Saturday edition. In 1994, the format changed to incorporate Duckman into the 11 p.m. time slot prior to the first movie. This trend of incorporating Duckman into the show continued on occasion until Duckman ended in September 1997.
Yeah, Duckman was pretty good. I agree with you. I didn't understand. Like, I just knew it was like a situational comedy, but I don't remember. If you told me a Duckman episode, like told me a fake one and a real one, I'm like, what? Well, both of them seem plausible.
Yeah, like I'm looking at like the characters right now, and like I remember them all, but I like you said, I can't remember like a single fucking episode. I remember like the pig. Wasn't he like a war veteran or something? He had like war PTSD or something.
I remember. I could tell you I watched it a lot, but I can't tell you anything about Duckman besides Duckman. And I remember Duckman had a son that had that sounded like Bobby Hill a little bit.
I would not doubt if it's the same actress who did the voice.
Pamela Alden.
Yeah.
Main characters include Cornfed, a pig who is Duckman's Joe Friday-esque business partner and best friend. Ajax, voiced by somebody. Duckman's eldest, slow-witted teenage son. So that he's the one that looks kind of like Buzz from Home Alone. Charles and Mambo, those were the conjoined twins. Bernice is the identical twin of Duckman's presumed dead wife, Beatrice. So she's the grumpy lady.
How many episodes of Duckman were there?
70.
So what's that?
Just short of syndication.
Is Duckman available to be viewed anywhere at this day and age?
Probably YouTube.
Maybe Peacock.
January 2008, TV shows on DVD.com reported that Duckman will be coming to Region 1 DVD. Details followed in May when it was announced that the first release in the series would be the first 2 seasons, 22 combined episodes on 3 discs, on September 16, 2008. The final 2 seasons, 40 episodes, were released on a 7-disc set on January 6, 2009. Both DVD sets were released by CBS DVD/Paramount Home Entertainment. With the DVD releases, many episodes were edited to remove copyright music because of royalty issues, and as a result, they differ somewhat from the aired TV episodes, though Everett Peck was involved in the process of the DVD releases, and he felt the most important music was preserved. The complete series DVD was released on February 6, 2018.
Well, here's an 8-hour, 18-minute long YouTube video of seasons 1 and 2 of Duckman available for you to enjoy.
Dude, you can find so much shit on YouTube. Like, old Ghostbusters cartoon episodes are up on there. Like all the Street Shark episodes are on there. Someone has a playlist of all the Street Shark episodes. Yeah, like a couple weeks ago, I was watching Monster Rancher. They have the entire 75 episodes of Monster Rancher just back to back in a playlist. There's all kinds of stuff on there.
I wouldn't mind watching some episodes of Wish Kid.
Wish Kid. Gary Coleman?
Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, what was Gary Coleman's cartoon?
The kid that fell from heaven or something like that. Angel. I know he was an angel.
Yeah. Let's see.
Ooh, baby, Wish is what I like.
Holy shit. All right. I got you, Ant. At least on one. Open that chat back up. There you go. Enjoy some Macaulay Culkin. And you coming up short now, man. Gary Coleman. Gary Coleman.
I'm reading the bio for Cornfed the pig.
Yeah.
Cornfed is Duckman's Joe Friday-esque business partner and best friend, loosely based on the Gregory Peccary as portrayed by Frank Zappa in a handful of songs. Affable, studious, and as well as morally and sexually scrupulous. Cornfed is an amazingly talented pig and has special knowledge from practically every walk of life. He knows dozens of martial arts and claims to know 200 ways to kill a man. For roughly the first half of the show's run, Cornfed is a virgin, which contrasts to his popularity among women and earns Duckman's mockery. He loses his virginity to Bernice in order to avoid succumbing to a family genetic disease.
Wow.
Most of the cases solved by the Duckman Detective Agency are solved by Cornfed, with Duckman usually hurting the case rather than helping. He has had numerous former occupations, such as a mailman, truck driver, waiter, plumber, clerk for a Supreme Court justice, member of the Irish Parliament, and keyboard player for a flock of seagulls. He has a medical degree from a Peruvian medical school, as well as educated in air conditioner and VCR repair. He is also a Vietnam veteran, so I was right about that. This was revealed when a young man claimed to be his son from the war. He was really a con man. In Season 4, it was revealed that Cornfed is a lieutenant colonel in the National Guard. Cornfed is the kind of detective and righteous family man that is ideal in contrast to Duckman's obliviousness and crass failure in both arenas. In fact, he is seen bonding with Duckman's sons miles better than Duckman does.
Duckman was an amazing show that I don't remember well.
Well, like I said, I gave you a link, so you can get you some Duckman and just enjoy. Yes, you will. You're coming up shorter than your man Gary Coleman. So when was that? It had to be, I guess, Monday, because Monday night. We had a storm just hit over here by the house, and lightning literally struck right across the street from us. Literally, I'm like you could see holy shit, that lightning just hit directly, 20 feet away from me. However you wish to look at it. Everything, the house power down, house power's back up. I'm like, all right, cool. But what never came back up was the internet. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And 2 days without internet before Cox Communications got out to the crib. And when they finally do, they're like, oh yeah, that let's see, that burnt out this modem, it burnt out your work modem, and also your router is dead. And I was like, God damn. Because you can see the router lighting up still. The router is still sending out a Wi-Fi signal, but what it was is the one, basically the plug that plugs into the modem, that's the plug that died, basically making it useless because it can't get any internet from, the modem. And the modem's plug, that same plug, that would have traveled from the modem to wherever, it was dead as well. So I had to get a new modem yesterday. They charge twice as much as that modem would normally cost, but they put it on your bill. So it's it'll just be on my bill here at the end of the month. But bruh, uh, to be without the internet when you work from home means you don't work for a couple of days. One of which the company's just going to take on the chin. The next one, I actually had scheduled a half day. It was a sick day for my kid to go take them to the doc. And so I was just like, well, I'll just bite the bullet and we'll call that a whole sick day, no worries. But I had to let the job know, hey, because the job recently gave us equipment to work from home, and they was like, you got to have your own. We got to have our own internet in your house. I'm like, sure thing, champ. So that is a Cox business line that also runs into my house, and it is dead as fuck right now. It works. The internet works. It just needs a modem. And of course, I had to put in a ticket today at work and let them know, hey man, I need a new modem. But what no internet means is T just took it old school, and I got so many movies in my house, and so I watch movies. And I know this is like basically getting ahead of the entertainment curve, but here I'll just tell you that I watched a bunch of movies, and I'll tell you what I watched later on in the show, and that was pretty fun. You know what I'm saying? My phone, is a relatively new phone, so it does internet fine. So I wasn't like completely disconnected from the world. And in fact, one day Vanessa, because she can't be not at work, she hotspotted on her phone and did her whole day's work, via her phone. So I know that it is possible, and so there you go, man. Nothing to it. So we got by. It was just dumb and upsetting, and just bothersome more than anything else. And like I said, in the end, it will end up costing me. Aunt came through with a router for me. You know what I'm saying, and I got that up and running and locked it down so it's safe and secure. And like I said, I had to buy a modem from directly from Cox, and like I said, they charged twice as much as it actually should cost. The guy who was installing it was like, "Bro, I'm so sorry, man. I know that you can get this router at a much better price, but it is what it is." And basically, like, you got two options: you can buy a router, or you can get there. You can rent a router from them, but if you rent a router from them, it's a different tier of internet. And I was like, "Nah, they ain't gonna get me on no nonsense, bro." So I just had to take it how it lied, and yeah, stinks. It stinks. But yeah, the storm was wild. Like I said, that's been the thing that took me out. It was just so insane that the storm just cracked out and hit so hard, and then it was just like, all right, I'm going. We'll holler at you. And I was like, this is of course. It also popped my porch. My front porch has an outlet on it, and that bad boy is burnt to a crisp now. So that lightning struck hard, and it took out a lot of stuff in my.
So did it hit the street cover or something like that?
It looked like, so everybody was like, "Oh, I thought it hit that car," and it's like, if it hit that car, you would have known. And I was like, "Did it hit that tree?" Well, no, the tree doesn't look like it had anything. It looked like it might have just hit the pole that's right across the street from my house, and that was enough to power.
What kind of pole was that?
It's like everything. It's a light pole. It's electricity. It's phones. If you still had,
A landline.
I don't even know who does landlines anymore. AT&T, SBC.
Yeah, I was just. I ain't heard SBC in forever.
The box on the side of my house still say SBC Global.
But they ain't changed that shit. I think it's AT&T now.
All right.
Which is crazy because like you would think it would be other options in the world, like or I say like the only landline you can have is AT&T. That's a monopoly, right?
It is. It's how we end up with SBC Global and stuff like that back in the day. They AT&T was a monopoly. They broke them down and split them off, and they became what people call baby bells. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how we end up separating all these companies, and now they all just came back together. All over the years, they end up buying themselves back, and now that's who does landlines in this area.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I actually thought about getting a landline. I mean, we're here a lot now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, just like,
how much you think a landline will cost?
Shit, I don't know. Probably close to nothing because I already have AT&T.
Phone service. Home phone, landline, and long distance AT&T. And I'm telling you right now, that's all that comes up. Well, no, one down is a Fios landline from Verizon if you are in the right area. Landline phone service in Ohio that doesn't require internet. Let's click on that. This seems to be telling a story. I will click on this AT&T one. Check your address for coverage. So let's put my address in here.
Because I know my mother still got one. I mean, I'll never call her on it, but
It exists. It's there.
yeah.
Let's see. All right, this service is just called Community Phone, and they call it a landline option. But I'm looking at this shit. This shit got antennas, which means it ain't a landline.
Yeah.
Is $49 a month, or billed annually $32.50 a month, meaning you pay $390 for the whole year. So no, thank you on that one. Let's see what AT&T has popping. Traditional home phone, $41 plus tax and fees. That plan includes primary residential phone number, unlimited local calling, a reliable connection, and optional long distance calling available.
I don't think. It would just be just regular calling for me. I don't know anybody. Well, I do know people out of state, but I wouldn't call them.
You'd call them on your cell phone if you needed to, if you'd call them at all.
Call them at all, yes.
This next one, Complete Choice Enhance, primary residential number, up to 12 popular calling features, including caller ID, call forwarding, and speed dialing.
Man.
Optional unlimited long distance calling, that is $55 a month.
Yeah, it's crazy. I just remember I had like call waiting, star 69. What was the other star? Was it star?
Star 67 or whatever, you block your number.
Star 67, yeah. Before you
Man,
call.
I truly thought I made that up, my guy.
Yeah, it was star 67.
Wow.
There wasn't there like a star that you could pay to like unblock the blocked number or something like that?
It might be.
Really? Well, we're trying to decide if we want to get landlines here in 2022. And the prices of those things are $41 at the low end, which is unlimited local calling, $55 with the optional unlimited long distance calling. So,
I'm not on my phone enough to justify having a landline.
I wonder. I just don't even know what its use will be. And of course, apparently, only people in the landline business is AT&T.
And if I was gonna get a landline, I would have bought that Ghostbusters phone from 1984 that I saw on the auction site.
Oh shit!
That's the one bad thing about not having landlines is I can't have cool like
hamburger phones,
topical phones, like a Spider-Man phone from the 90s or the Sports Illustrated football phone.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, as we shall proceed and continue to rock the mic, let's head on down to Reddit for a personal favorite segment of mine, and that is Am I the Asshole? This first one is, am I the asshole for writing up an employee who catfished me? And what's funny about that one is, as we was discussing sugar babies earlier, that comes up in this one. I think you guys will enjoy. Hint, we did this already. Am I the asshole for writing up an employee who catfished me? I'm a manager in a work environment that's rather casual, where employees get close and spend a lot of time together outside of work. I'm a little traditional when it comes to employer-employee relationships, so while I do participate in some activities to build morale and camaraderie, i.e., happy hours after work, attending weddings if invited, etc., I do not participate in social activities where things might get out of hand, i.e., going to concerts, clubbing, just going to someone's house to hang out, etc. This is a personal policy that I also extend to social media, where I keep my profiles private and do not add or accept employees on all platforms. I just like to keep things private and don't want them to see where I spend my time, who I'm dating, etc. Man, he is thrice etc. in this write up. Recently, a new hire asked me for my account, and I kindly let her know that I like to keep things private. I thought that was it, but she went ahead and made a fake account to follow me, going as far as to post fake photos and write a fake bio to look like we went to college together.
Oh, sneaky.
I found out about it because after I accepted her, she took screenshots of my photos and shared them with to other colleagues. Thankfully,
Low.
thankfully there wasn't anything off base on my accounts, but she did share photos of a new boyfriend, and I haven't introduced yet, as well as photos of a new designer bag I purchased, and jokingly asked everyone if he was my sugar daddy. I called this person a he and didn't recognize that they might be a she. It's the type of person I am, I guess. It was a huge breach of my privacy. Her comments also embarrassed me, and I ended up writing her up, which is a semi-serious offense at our workplace that can lead to termination. Since then, it's caused a huge drama at work, with some employees thinking I can't take a joke and that I was taking things too far, while others came out to support me. I hate that it split up the team. Upper management supports my decision, but some employees have mentioned that I could have just verbally warned her and that it was my own fault for falling for her catfish. Am I the asshole?
No.
No.
You're allowed to keep your personal life private. And if this person did that to share your personal life without your permission with your coworkers, fuck that. Write them up. Fire them. Burn their city to the ground.
Yeah, that's
And then salt the land so they'll never grow anything there again.
yeah, that was pretty messed up. Like, I would almost say that's a fireball offense. That was super low down, man.
It's super invasive. It's super disrespectful. And of course, to add into the injury, you screenshotted it and shared it with people like, ha, look at this dork.
You got a sugar daddy, ha ha.
Yeah, like what's funny about that? Not a damn thing. I thought this
is a fucking dope. I mean, I wish I had one, but that ain't none of your fucking business.
I'm more of a fan of sugar babies. They were delicious and easy to eat. I've never had a little sack of. What do they still make sugar babies? And if so, do they still come in little bags?
I think they still do. But I was more partial of making my sugar daddy a sword.
Just keep. What'd you do? Bite on or suck on it so it became like sword shape? That's effort.
What I do with my sugar daddies in the privacy of my own home is my business.
Aren't sugar babies also like younger people that like have older relationship and they take care of an older person?
That's exactly what it is. Yes.
I was literally just thinking about the delicious caramel candy, but
And
I mean, sure.
The first thing I thought too was a young woman taking care of an older man.
I thought the same thing too, but I let him continue. Like, you know, sugar babies are. I think even like the whole thing with sugar babies are like they take your money and you don't get anything at all. Like they just take your money.
Next up, though, am I the asshole for keeping the engagement ring and giving up asking to propose after I proposed in front of my parents and in-laws? Now, let this one swirl around your cup. Let it breathe a little bit before you sip, and let me get you there. My girlfriend, my 25 female girlfriend Molly. 25 female girlfriend Molly, 26 female. Oh, this is a lady asking a lady? I don't know. For the last 6 months, started with a joke that I've already made clear that I don't like. Oh yeah, you getting married after 6 months. You probably are lesbians. I know that seems rude, but it's a known in that community that they get together fast. Because they want.
And I'm the one getting tweets about like judging people.
It's not that I speak from experience because I'm a dude, but I speak from a knowledgeable point when I say this shit. So if nobody's gonna come at me sideways about it. I guarantee you. If anybody come at me at all, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that's real." That's just what I'm gonna get out of that. Anyway, that I've already made clear I don't like. It consists of her saying no quickly to anything I ask. I know it sounds silly, but I ask her to get a glass of water for me, and she says no. But after a minute, I'm almost getting up. She says she's joking and gets me some water. I ask her to wash dishes. She says no. I say I love you. She says no. I ask her to take her clothes. She says no. Everything is a joking, and after 30 seconds slash 1 minute, she does it. But she's addicted to doing it. I've already made it clear several times I don't like it. Even more so in I love you. She's the only person I can say that to, so it's special to me. And there are things that are serious, and I need her to answer seriously. And if she says no to everything jokingly, I can't tell whether she's saying a real no. It's already happened. I keep saying this is boring and I don't like it. She stops doing it and then goes back to doing it after a week. After a brief discussion, because she played the prank in front of our friends, asking me, "Love, can you get me some medicine?" And she said with no kidding, she stopped doing it for 1 month. Yesterday, we welcomed my parents, in-laws, and our two best friends to our house. Everyone knew that I was going to propose to her, and I called them because we always planned this proposal with our loved ones attending, participating in this special day. I asked her to marry me, and she said a quick no. And I was so grumpy, panic, upset, everyone looking in shock for 30 seconds for her to laugh and say she was joking, finally saying yes. I was so embarrassed and disappointed. I put the ring in the box and said I'd take it out to cool off. I didn't even let her say anything. She kept texting me, no answering calls, saying it was just a joke and that I knew she always did that. She said that I left a difficult situation in the house because it was very clear that I'd given up on the proposal and did it in front of my parents and in-laws. She stressed that I was making the situation uncomfortable because of a silly joke. Well, I slept in a hotel and I'm still in it.
Oh.
My parents supported me, but my in-laws are calling me an asshole for giving up on proposing, disproportionately humiliating their daughter. I just really think there's a time for jokes, and that moment wasn't. Clearly, she knew that I didn't like it and decided to do it anyway. Am I the asshole?
I don't know. It kind of seems like it a little bit because I kind of feel like that's part of, I'm not going to say necessarily their love language, but like something they have been doing before, like almost their cute little thing.
Is it cute when someone has multiple times said, "Please stop doing this, it is fucking with me"?
I have to imagine that, like, pulling up the courage to ask someone to spend the rest of their life with you is tough enough as it is, but then to have someone just like tell you no as the initial answer, even if they're joking, like you're so on edge for this answer that to initially hear a no, that's got to be soul crushing, and it's got to be hard to come back from that.
Correct. Come on, Aunt, make it better.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like I just kind of feel like when you're with somebody, I just kind of feel like she took it too far by like fucking going to a hotel and leaving the situation and like, I don't know. I just kind of feel like I'm not gonna say she's an asshole, but she did take it a step too far by like. You knew that, if you with that person when they do that, you didn't have a little inkling that situation might happen, that you shouldn't be prepared for it. If you're about to marry this person and it's something they do all the time, even though you ask them not to do it, they still do it. You don't have a little inkling in your heart. It's like she might say no fucking with me.
I think if I constantly tell you not to do something, you keep doing it, I'm probably not going to propose to you. But that's just me.
But she looked past it and all those other times, and she still wanted to marry her. So, with that being said, you should have been prepared that might have happened.
Let us delve into the comments of this here spectacular. First comment, not the asshole. Why would you sign up for this permanently? This person, not the asshole. I used to have a boyfriend who did something similar. Every time I wanted to talk about something serious, like something that happened in the world, something that happened at work, something in our relationship, whatever it was, he would always, within 1 minute, make a joke about the subject, trying to diffuse the situation, or telling me something, telling him something about something I cared about, thought about, made me feel sad, etc. I asked him to stop 1,000 times, and he always said it's just him joking. I shouldn't take it serious. I explained to him that behavior made me feel like he takes nothing that concerns me serious, which he protested against and told me I try to make him look like a bad boyfriend. I tried doing it to him to make him see how it feels. Of course, it would be super drama because I would not take him seriously and I don't care about him. Yeah, right. Eventually, I lost all respect in the relationship after 2.5 years. I couldn't and wouldn't take him seriously, and quite frankly, the disrespect toward me always made me feel grossed out by him, emotionally and physically. Of course, he complained, did not see this coming, why did I ever never say anything, etc. Not the asshole. And seriously, overthink this whole relationship. Girlfriend will not change. Girlfriend does not respect your boundaries and feelings. She has shown who she is. Believe her, move on, and find someone who does.
I just often have a hard time, especially with these am I the assholes, where you only get to see like this very small slither of the pie, like this little piece that is this bugaboo that's bugging them, and it's like, you know what, they're an asshole, or like they should break up. I just personally have a hard time when I know, like, you know, people aren't like diamonds; they're like onions, and they have a lot of stinky layers to them.
We got one glow in the dark comment, which required me to refresh to get because I have these. I've had these pulled up since, of course, before we started the show.
Hold on. Before you get to Anthony's point, though, I feel like it gets to this point though because the people aren't okay with the relationship. Like if they were fine with this person's personality quirks and all this, they wouldn't be on Am I the Asshole? So it's like the relationship's not on solid footing to begin with. They wouldn't be here otherwise.
Maybe they should change this for "Am I the asshole?" to "Is this the last straw?" Because it seemed like they got these. They just need to come up with like, guess what else this bitch did?
I wonder if there's "Is this the last straw?" Somewhere in here. Well, maybe we'll research Reddit a little bit further. Our lone glow in the dark comment says, "This is from Maroon Fahrenheit." Not the asshole. Your girlfriend just learned a much needed lesson on why you don't joke and say no when what you mean is yes. And you are not making the situation uncomfortable because of a silly joke. She is. She knew you didn't like it, and honestly, who would? That would annoy the fuck out of most people. But she did it anyway. What's next? Is she going to jokingly say no during the ceremony?
That probably will be next.
Yeah. No. You're not the asshole. I don't think you're an asshole. I have no say over the matter. I mean, you know, the world will decide. You will yourself decide if you're an asshole. But I think you're all right. And I think you're. I think after 6 months, that's way too early to try to get married anyway.
True that.
So I think you just avoided the curb and just, you know, you got a ring to use next time for somebody else. This one right here. Like I said, I had skimmed it and thought I had got the gist. I was like, oh, this should be fun. Man, I read the first sentence and I was like, oh. So this one took a turn. Last one. Am I the asshole for not telling my husband he smells sooner in ruining a friend's wedding? This week was the wedding of two of my husband's 33 male and my 31 female longtime friends. For some background, recently we've been having some issues. I told him I needed some space, so we agreed he should move back in with his mom temporarily. I wasn't thrilled about this because she tends to baby him, though I had to accept it as he had nowhere else to go and I wanted him out of the house. I wondered what to do about the wedding. We talked and decided it would be best for us to go together and for him to move back home afterwards. He didn't have time before the wedding to pack up his things and go get ready, and so got ready at his mom's house while I got ready at home, and we planned to meet there. When he arrived, I was already chatting with friends. He came over to us, and immediately I noticed this rotten stench on him.
Hmm.
He smelled like he'd been dumpster diving. It made my eyes water a little.
Oh man.
I noticed our friends noticing, but he was completely oblivious and kept on chatting. I tried to let him know discreetly, but he was not getting the hint. We took our seats in the chapel, and the service was beautiful. By this point, my nose had pretty much tuned out the smell, but it was clearly affecting other people, and I still hadn't had a chance to let him know. After the service, I saw an old girlfriend I hadn't seen in years and wanted to catch up. Apparently, while I was chatting with her, a friend had pulled hubby aside and basically told him he stunk. He got upset and demanded we leave immediately. In the car, we argued, and he told me I was a horrible wife to let him embarrass himself like that in front of his friends, and I was probably laughing behind his back. He said that I knew he could be forgetful, and since he was my responsibility as his wife, I should have called him up at his mom's to remind him to shower.
What?
Usually, usually he'll come in when I'm in. Oh, he'll take a shower with you. I was speechless and said nothing the entire car ride home while he berated me. This morning, I checked my phone, and we have both been removed from a number of group chats that included friends that went to the wedding. I heard through some friends that the bride's feels we ruined her day. More people were talking about my husband than we thought, and she no longer wants to speak to us. I'm shocked and really hurt by this and have been feeling guilty all day. I didn't want to embarrass him by letting him know what other people were around, but now I've cost him friends and feel like I handled it all horribly. So am I the asshole?
So
No.
a little bit, yes, I think, but really, it's on the responsibility of that motherfucker to shower. But if you're in the car and you know he stunk, you probably should have said something.
No. Remember, they got ready at different locations and met at the church.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, you're right. I forgot that part.
So she didn't get the stink until she met up with him. Was like, oh, now right then and there, immediately right then and there. Maybe she should have been like, bro, what is happening here? Why do you smell like you've been dumpster diving?
I can tell you this. I feel like I don't know, at least I don't think I do. I don't think I know any woman that wouldn't tell her husband that he stinks if they're at a wedding. I feel like this is the only woman in the world who wouldn't give her man a heads up. But
So
what the fuck is this dude doing that he forgot to shower? Who forgets to shower?
Nobody.
Like, when I don't shower, it's a choice. It's not like I woke up and I'm just like, I go about my day and oopsie daisy, I forgot to do that thing. Like, I know what I feel like.
Danny's crazy.
I can smell myself. Like, what is this man going through this man's head that he forgot to shower and can't smell himself?
you know what's going through his head? Honestly, what I think is they're already on the rocks. He's been living with his mama, you know what I'm saying, and so forth and so on. He just ain't in his fucking head. He's probably slightly depressed and freaking out that his marriage is about to be over, and it's definitely about to be over after that shit. Because, bruh, you ain't gonna be calling somebody up talking about, bitch, you ain't remind me. No, sir, you a grown ass man, and if your mama can tell you your ass smell, and you didn't notice that you was smelling. It's smelling at a level where people's eyes are watering and it became a point of discussion. That's not a regular ass funk. That is, that is machine gun funk.
You haven't showered in a week and then you came to a wedding.
Yeah. That's you gross. And no, this woman is not the asshole. The bride having her wedding hijacked by people like, man, did you smell that motherfucker? That is wild. But that's also wild that people would do that at a wedding, that they'd be like, that's the only point of discussion, I guess,
Yeah, that shit just seemed weird. It's a lot of shit I be hearing on here. I be like, that shit ain't happening. Ain't nobody, how could you smell that bad that you make other people's, like make people cry? I don't understand that shit. Like, if it was that bad, like, I understand, like today. I was like, man, I need to take a shower. But Nobody else had to tell me that. I know myself. I gotta take a shower. I mean, we in the pandemic. I don't wear deodorant every day now.
So I want to click on this person's name to see what other things they post, how often they post on Reddit and so forth and so on. And this seems to be their first post. So let's go over some of the OP's other posts in this post. One says, I just want to say this isn't typical of him. Like some of you have suggested, I suspect our temporary separation, which is what I said, took a toll on his mental health. I've been trying to speak with him about everything today, but he's been quite closed off. I don't have much intention to leave him, and if he's struggling, I especially don't feel that leaving him would do any good. Okay, that's one thing this person wrote. Another post is, we've been trying to buy a house recently, and we're having financial issues that created a rift in our relationship, and we're arguing about little things, so I asked him to move out for a little bit because I wasn't feeling like myself. We decided to go to the wedding on a long call where we work things out and talk. Okay, so basically she's explaining what's going on and why she's not going to divorce his ass, even though I'm just pointing out to you, man, this man can't remember to shower. I don't know what to do with that.
I kind of feel like a little bit if she's understanding of the situation.
She should be. I mean, she would. It would make sense for her to be understanding of the situation.
Yeah,
I'm not her. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, I know. I remember one time. This happened like 3 times in my life. Like I had a crush on this one girl in school, and she came to like we had English together, and she came to that bad boy Musty. I was just like, it's over. I never looked at her the same again. And it was this one somebody that we worked with. Not that I had a crush on her, but I lost her. She just was in the elevator Musty. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You want a dog? And I mean, to me, like, if a dude is musty, yeah, it's a dude. Like, come on. But when a woman musty, it's just something unregrettable. I mean, there's nothing like a musty woman that makes me just like, oh no, what's wrong with your life?
I'm gonna let you get that one.
No, something got to be going on. Like women are like. When a dude was like, fuck it, I forgot to do something today. Like shit. I was late.
I've personally had some times where I showered, but then like I was in a rush and I forgot to put deodorant on.
Yeah.
And then like, as a man, like you get a little sweaty, like throughout the day, you get a little funky, it is what it is. Like I've had that happen. Like I'm not ashamed. Like I never forgot to shower, but I have forgotten to put deodorant on in a rush.
Or like I rush out the house. I forget to put on a little lotion on my hands, and my knuckles get ashy. But
I'm saying at this level of funk, when motherfuckers' eyes is watering, that it becomes the talk of the goddamn town, means he didn't just not forget. He didn't shower for the whole time he was gone.
He might have been,
or he literally did go dumpster diving and didn't shower there afterwards. I mean, I guess that is possible.
I have seen some TikTok videos lately where people go to Bath and Body Works and dumpster dive. Man, this lady had a whole bunch of them fucking candles, but like I said, he must have been down super bad, and then but at the same time, like, man, the first time I ever got musty, my mother was just like, this shit is not gonna stand in this house. Why the fuck is you musty? And I was washing dishes in the kitchen, and she was like, is that you smelling? I was like, I guess so. And she was like, if you don't put down that goddamn sponge and go take a fucking bath right now. I was just like, okay. Like it was sort of my fault I was musty, but it's the end of the day. What is the brother gonna do?
Also, he ain't yelling at his mama like this. Like, mama, you gonna let me get in the house like this?
I don't know. This nigga might yell at his mama. Like,
yeah.
Here's my life, mama.
Here's another comment that the OP responds to. So I like this. Is why I will wrap up on this one. Not the asshole. How old is your husband? 5? If he doesn't shower, it's on him. Honestly, I'm not surprised you need some space. But what you really need is a divorce. No, that's too much too much. But like Ed was saying, he wanted more of a compassion or more of both sides. I feel like the OP gives it here in her statement, and that is, I know I made him seem like a bad husband in the post, but this isn't a full representation of my husband as a man and partner. I know we've had our issues, lady, but he really is loving at times, and I really see a future with him as the father of my children. So, hey. Wait a minute, let me read a little more. OP, for real, if a grown-up goes to a wedding stinking and complains you didn't tell him to shower, it's just not worth it. It doesn't matter if it was a one-time thing.
That's true.
But the OP responds, I've been with him for 7 years now and can't imagine my life without him. I can't just leave my life behind.
Okay, I call bullshit on that though, man. If you can't picture your life without him, why you tell that nigga to get out to begin with?
What part of the game is that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because obviously, I'm gonna go back on it. She might be the asshole because of this. So look, dude was down bad. Obviously, for them weeks, he didn't shower. He didn't do nothing. He was just like out of his mind, miserable. She called him like, "Hey, we got to get back to this wedding because we don't really want to put a bad face on.
Keeping up appearances."
So he probably thought, maybe he did think, he was like, "Shit, let me hurry up and get ready because I didn't think this was gonna happen for me." He probably thought, "Shit, I'm gonna have time to take a shower. Like when we get to the destination, I'll be able to clean myself up." But no, it didn't happen like that. I smell like 3 monkeys and 8 gorillas right now because we've been separated and like I'm back at my fucking mother's house. I don't got my Old Spice. I don't got my men's Dove here. I'm just back at my mother's house. I haven't even, for the last 7 years, I haven't even shopped for myself. She been shopping for me. Down bad.
Yeah. It's a burner. It's a burner, y'all. But hey man, we go. That was our journey down Amadeus. I hope you enjoyed those this week. I was happy with my choices this week. So we keep it motherfucking moving. I am going to rattle off my again. I told you earlier in the show I didn't have power for a bit, so your boy was basically took it old school and watched several Blu-rays. Kimi no Na wa Your Name, which is an amazing anime that I constantly tell people if you can, please watch it, cop it, watch it. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm not a dub subs versus kind of dude. I normally just watch the dub because I'm okay with that. But the dub of that movie is dog shit. So I watched that one subtitled and I'm okay with it. It is so I would tell you to do that for that movie. John Wick 2. Vanessa, I own all 3 John Wicks that are currently out, but Vanessa was like, I don't remember seeing John Wick 2. And I was like, all right, we can watch John Wick 2. So we watched John Wick 2 because we had recently enough watched John Wick, the first John Wick. And so we got that in. Lee came downstairs one night. He was like looking on the shelf and found a DVD, not even a Blu-ray. And I was like, I didn't even know I owned this movie. It was The Book of Eli. And of course, I sit and chop it up and explain who wrote it. Gary Whitta, who also wrote Rogue One and After Earth, and wrote her least favorite game, which is The Walking Dead, the first The Walking Dead, the Telltale game. It's like absolutely their favorite game, and also where they got their name from when they began their transition. So it's important to them. And I mean, man, once I told them that that guy wrote on that game, they were all the way in. So we watched The Book of Eli, which I have not seen in probably since The Book of Eli, since I bought that DVD. And it is a really, really, that movie really stands the test of time. It's a really great movie. And I would tell you right now, go ahead and get The Book of Eli a watch.
I'm more familiar with The Book of Eli. Well, I've seen the movie, but it's this Funky Fresh song called Denzel Washington, the best actor
ever. Yeah.
and like the crescendo, like the end of the song is they talking about the book of Eli. That song is amazing, and it's a great companion piece to the movie.
That's what's up. Days of Confused, one of my favorite movies. That's legitimately one of my probably top 10 movies. And I own the Criterion collection of it. And I watched that, and Lee. I watched that with Vanessa, but Lee came downstairs and watched a bit of it with me. And I was like, "Yo, this movie is so good, and the music direction of that movie is so amazing." And I love that movie, man. I fuck with that movie hard.
No more,
Mr. Nice Guy. That's such a good scene, and it's very much. I truly think he was trying to evoke the Deer Hunter when he was getting paddled, because it kind of looked. Vanessa recently watched the Deer Hunter, and those scenes have such a similar. I feel like it was just homage. You know what I'm saying? So,
I've never seen the Deer Hunter.
Bruh, I know about the Deer Hunter, and when I finally saw that scene that I've known about my entire life, it was real rough. Sorry, Ned Beatty.
Yeah, it was funny. Like I was listening to WTF, and they were talking about. I guess Mark Merritt had seen it when he was a kid, not old enough to really understand what happened. But he said all he knew was like he could see the embarrassment in his face, even though he didn't know what really happened in the movie.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's a wild one. When I did have internet, and now that I have internet again, I got myself caught up on. I watched the season finale and what might end up being a series finale of The Orville, which is a great episode. They really wrapped up on a bang, and I was very happy with that. I watched For All Mankind. Their season finale is tomorrow, but what I found out today was Vanessa's old boyfriend, because I mean, at this point, I've been with Vanessa for 10 years, so this is her old boyfriend from like college. He does work in Hollywood. He does work on set. He is right now working on For All Mankind season 4. And then like Vanessa was like, "Oh my god, I got to tell T right now." So she put him on speakerphone and was like, "Tell him what you're working on." He goes, "Oh, I'm on For All Mankind season 4." I'm like, "Oh well, bro, that show's fucking amazing." He goes, "I never watched it." And I'm like, like, I love that he works in a show that he has never watched. And I'm like, that's very funny to me.
Isn't that most people though?
I probably you know what? I don't eat my own soup. I make this show, but I certainly don't listen to it anymore. So it is what it is. But of course, if I'm watching the Orville, I watch For All Mankind. I'm super into sci-fi again. And so I ended up getting caught up on Star Trek Discovery. I watched all of season 4 of Star Trek Discovery. God, I love that show. And when I finished that up today, I was like, let me try out this Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which I've heard a lot of good things about. And goddamn, is it good too, man. Man, I'm in a sci-fi place right now, and I'm feeling good about it, man. So that's my go-to. I used to watch Star Trek with my mom all the time, and it's something we still chat about from time to time. Like, yeah, you caught up on this and that. So, but didn't really play much video games. I played a bit of Fortnite, and that was it. So that's my. Oh, and of course I'm on point with Loot. God, I love that show. I'm glad it's got a second season as well. So, you should check out Loot. Yeah, you should just have Apple TV. Apple TV got some bangers, and they spend a lot of money on music every time. So every show you get on Apple TV, you're gonna have a great soundtrack, because they got the money to fucking waste.
Yes, I find it overwhelming at times, but I know everybody's not me. I'm not. I don't like opulence.
Go on, rest of yes.
You want to go first, Lunch?
Oh, I finished Killing It.
Cool. Did it leave off at a point where you were like, okay, I can see a second season of this, or did it leave off in a weird space and now they got a second season? You're like, what they gonna do next?
No, I left off on like a little bit of a interesting cliffhanger.
Okay. Fuck with it.
Beyond that, I've watched wrestling. Like I was telling Anthony before the show, I've watched wrestling the last 3 nights in a row. So I haven't done much of anything else.
That's okay. I see you pop on the Xbox every now and again. I'm like, I hope he's playing a video game.
I played Call of Duty last Friday after work until like 1 o'clock in the morning, which made me miss my car appointment at the dealership again. and didn't wake up until 15 minutes after I was already supposed to be at the dealership. So I said, fuck it, and I no-call, no-showed on my dealership again.
They can't fire you. It's okay.
Yeah. But if you see me pop up on Xbox any other time, it's because I've been using the Xbox to watch Twitch and YouTube while I'm working.
Okay. Very good.
I run the Ethernet line to the Xbox when we're not doing the show, so
Mhm.
it has a better connection, and I don't have to worry about like hiccuping or anything.
I'm going to recommend that you consider buying yourself a splitter, not a splitter, a switch, a network switch. And then you could just you can have whatever you want wired. Like you've been in the house. Everything on that side of the room, the Xbox, the TV is all a wired connection. I have a switch that runs to it. That way everything's wired. That way I'm not having to swap cables out. You know what I'm saying? It's just everything's plugged in and it runs. The only thing is like the one lone cable that runs underneath the floor goes back to the comes back around here to the router.
So it's just like a cable splitter then.
But it's not because it has to have basically it has to be powered because that's just how it works and that's how it maintains your signal and it's like about the size of a deck of cards probably costs you like $15-$20 tops. It's breezy and you can get bigger switches depending on how many things you got. It's like the switch on that side of the room has like 6 ports on it or 7 ports on it. I think no, that's an 8-port switch over there. But under my desk right here, I have a 4-port switch, which is basically because the computer's plugged into it, but also if I need to, I can when we Twitch stream, I can plug whatever console over here directly into the switch, basically getting I'm getting full fat internet wherever, So that's what's up with that. I didn't realize Doughboys had a TikTok, and I've been seeing all this shit that Mitch and Mitch and Wyatt have been doing, but I didn't realize this because they also now have a TikTok that I went out there. Their new girl started, so I need to add them on the old TikTok, even though I already watch it on. I can of course watch it on IG.
Well, I don't really see that on IG. I guess they're just not in my algorithm. But what I have been, I guess I'll start with gaming because that's the thing I do the least. I've been playing Streets of Rage 4 again on the PS5. On my phone, I've been playing this game called 2248 Puzzle. It is addicting. It is like those number games where it's like you put the two and the two together and they go to 4 and put the 4 to 4 together. So I've been playing the game like that. And this one isn't like the other ones. This is addicting. I love it. So far as my audio needs goes, I've been listening to Mr. Mercedes on Libby again because as I said a couple weeks ago, I was listening to The Outsider.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to go back to Holly Gibney's origins, so I started listening to Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. As far as shows and movies, well, I haven't watched any movies. Shows I finished on Apple TV Plus. Blackbird.
Mm-hmm.
I finished the last episode of that. I've been watching Rap Shit, which doing this podcast bumped heads with that show.
Sorry.
It's okay. I just watched it on another night. That show is really, really good. On Discovery Plus, I've been watching Fixer to Fabulous and Bargain Block. That's those are the shows I usually throw on during 9 to 5. And then I've also been watching The Rehearsal. Have you still been watching that, T?
No.
I get it. I mean, honestly, I feel like that first one was a banger, and the rest of them have been really fizzled out. So, like, I wish every episode was an individual episode like that. But I know that show, recreating the whole bar and shit, must have cost a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
So the second episode and therefore, all the ones after are pretty much lumped together. Like it's one big thing.
Okay.
So, which isn't as interesting. But yeah, that's what I watched that this week. I know I probably watch more stuff than that, but oh yeah. Yesterday when the boys came home, we went. I think right before we went to the park yesterday, they were on Disney Plus, and it's a third season of Bluey, popped up, and we've been watching that.
Now that I know they edited the shit out that show, I kind of want to just get the Australian version of it and watch that.
Oh yeah, yeah, fun. Like Blue is an incredible show. Like it's funny. Like you ever watch a show where like one character start to get dumber and dumber throughout the show?
The Simpsons.
Oh yeah. So like the dad has become more and more of an asshole throughout the seasons of Bluey. So that's interesting. I don't know if I like that or don't like it, but we got enough dumb dads in shows, man.
Oh my gosh, that's what's up. Where do you go, people? We've done it. We've provided you some entertainment, I hope. And I hope you enjoyed it and had a good time with it. And I swear we'll come back around next week and do it once again. But in the meantime, please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible. The main point of that is share. Share the show. Get anybody, give it to your man, give it to your lady, give it to your non-binary homeboy, a home person, and let them get down with the get down, so they too can enjoy what we do here. Subscribe to our YouTubes, our Twitch, our Twitters, the Instagrams. We everywhere. We out here. Please join us out here. I'm saying we outside. If you want to support the show financially, got a few bucks starts away. You can join us over on Patreon, where members at the $5 and above tier get extra content each month and early access to new shows. I have a August's We Tried already edited. I just need to make some art for it and get it posted. So you got that coming your way probably before you hear this episode. We also have merch over at tpublic.com/user/stage Milk, all one word. At last check, they had a sale going. So again, like I said, just check back with TPublic. If you go to TPublic, you're like, I ain't paying this. Wait a week. They'll knock 35% off, and you'll be like, that's what their sale always. I've never seen a sale less than 35%. So
It's crazy. Like at first, I used to see shit on TeePublic I always wanted to buy, and like I even had that shit saved, and then like they were never going to sell, but now that shit is on sale every week. Like it's always something. It's free pizza day. They always got a sale.
Yeah. So take advantage. You know what I'm saying? Get in there and get that. Feel free to give us a call. 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We'd certainly love to hear from you. That is Tatum 216.
Good night.
Slushbox 2099.
I go back to December all the time.
Our missing man now on the West Coast is the real ODP. Send him some love.
I hope for his sake. I'm sure. I hope he's like start spitting a bunch of West Coast slang at us next time we talk to him. Like I hope he get like a Jerry curl and like a 49ers jacket. I hope that happens for him.
Oh my gosh! He and the missus just sent me a new on the road, so that needs to be edited and posted as soon as it can be. And so it's going down out here, people. We got this. We do this, and we do it well. I am the Understatement 713. Catch you next time. Peace.
Hey, what happened to you? You used to be